Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, don present 2024 budget to Edo State House of Assembly. He also talk about the things wey he don do for the past 7 years. Make I leave you, make you hear from the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki. Enjoy the video.
It has been a journey in which Edo State is being transformed from a civil service state to one attracting billions of dollars of investments from the private sector. It has been a journey of transformation from analog to digital Edo.
Today, an average Edo man is proud to say, I am from Edo State, where every kobo that is generated by government is used efficiently, effectively for the good of Edo people. Edo State today ranks tops in terms of economic projections and growth because in Edo, a civil servant can plan that on the 24th of every month, I'll be able to pay so amount of money and there will be no default. In Edo today, we are proud to say that ours is no longer a civil service state, but a growing industry where investments are running into. Whereas others are saying they are casting down, in Edo we are saying there is a lifting up.
Please be seated. The Speaker and honorable members of the Edo State House of Assembly, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is to the glory of God Almighty that I stand before this distinguished house today to express my profound gratitude to Mr. Speaker and the honorable members of this house for the unwavering support and solid alliance which has existed between us these last 7 years. This very cordial working relationship between the legislature and the executive arms of government has created the convivial environment which has fostered the progress that has made it possible for our transformation to occur. Mr. Speaker, as this is my valedictory budget speech, I crave your indulgence to briefly reflect on our journey of transformation over the last 7 years. This journey would not have happened but for the tremendous support which I have enjoyed from the good people of Edo State who you represent. It has been a journey in which we have reversed the hopelessness which was hitherto experienced by our youths who were either migrating irregularly or being trafficked, to a situation where we now train them in skills and give them job opportunities. It has been a journey in which we have been able to halt the decline in education, and we have now transformed Edo into one of Africa's accelerator states in education. It has been a journey in which Edo State is being transformed from a civil service state to one attracting billions of dollars of investments from the private sector. It has been a journey of transformation from analog to digital Edo. It has been a journey from a dark, dingy, and dangerous state to one where we have light, electricity, safety, and security. Today, Edo is poised and ready to engage the world on its own terms based on her beliefs and principles. It has not been an easy journey, but I will forever be grateful to God Almighty and the people of Edo State for this opportunity to serve, particularly over the last 7 years. Through your legislative support, we have worked with our 6-pillar agenda, which we came up with in the beginning. And this framework has been able to help us achieve the following. We have undertaken fundamental reforms of our institutions, particularly the Edo Civil Service and the judiciary, to improve service delivery for our citizens. We have introduced major reforms in land administration, all of which have improved the business environment in the state. We have enhanced the social welfare of Edo people by repositioning education through our programs like Edo Best and emphasized human capital development through Edo Jobs. We have improved our healthcare delivery system through programs like Edo Health Insurance Scheme, and we have brought back sports into the Edo agenda. We have built digital and electricity infrastructure in addition to massively extending the internal state road networks. We have embarked on an economic revolution in agriculture, technology, manufacturing, and the creative industry. We have reclaimed our position as the culture capital of West Africa, utilizing our rich cultural heritage and advantage to ignite the creativity and artistry of our people and to promote tourism into our state. We have taken concrete steps to stop deforestation and accelerate reforestation and the use of natural gas. It's a major strategy for us to meet our net zero goals. Mr. Speaker, these have been the planks of our reforms over the last 7 years, which have fundamentally transformed the landscape of our state and reset our future. We are very proud of our modest achievements, and anyone can go and verify them. Let me now quickly review the outgoing year, 2023. Mr. Speaker, the year 2023 has been characterized by political and economic uncertainties, especially with the devaluation of the naira by 100% and the removal of fuel subsidy, which has led to a threefold increase in the price of premium motor spirit, EMS. These policies have added to the already tough economic and social conditions faced by our people, thus resulting in thousands more people slipping into poverty. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, despite these challenges, we continue to keep faith with the mandate of delivering good governance to our people. We continue to focus on improving the welfare of our workers while emphasizing those policies which will help us overcome the current challenges which we face. We achieve these by ensuring expansion of the economic space, attracting private capital, improving the ease of doing business, upgrading public infrastructure, and transiting to a more responsible and responsive and reliable digital mode. In the outgoing year, the Edo State government went fully digital, simplifying work processes and assuring better services for investors and other key stakeholders in government, therefore setting the pace in Nigeria as the first government to entirely go paperless. We are proud to have set this record, and we are determined to sustain the gains so far made. We expect that with the investments made in building a Tier 3 data center and other interventions which we have undertaken, we should be well positioned to adopt artificial intelligence in governance in Edo in the near future. Aside from attracting private capital to drive economic activity, the new work mode, this is the digital work mode, has improved service-wide efficiency and performance, thus ensuring speedy and better service delivery for our citizens. These new improvements are reflected in areas such as public procurement, revenue collection, land management, project management, basic education, healthcare delivery, amongst others. All of these are powered by technology built on a digital infrastructure spanning over 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic broadband connectivity that runs across the 18 local government areas of Edo State. The investment has implications beyond public service delivery as it powers the digital economy, providing new opportunities for work and learning for our youths. This transformative effort has resulted in the digitization of almost, in fact, over 9 million government records. We have trained over 6,000 staff and deployed over 10,000 digital devices to our workers. Majority of the activities of the Edo State government will now take place from 6 hubs or locations, which are the Secretariat Hub, where we have cleaned up 6 new buildings, the Education Hub in Yaro, which is currently under construction, the Health Hub at the Stella Basanjo Hospital Complex of Sapele Road, the Agric Hub located at the ADP Complex on Airport Road, the Built Environment Hub on Sapele Road, and the Transport Hub in the Ministry of Works Complex. Majority of the offices have now been rebuilt, furnished, and connected with electricity from Osiomo IPP and high-speed fiber optic internet infrastructure. With this arrangement, we have no doubt that the output of government will increase significantly. Mr. Speaker, we have also continued to emphasize human capital development. Yes, we have extended our investments in the education sector through our Edo Best program to ensure a better, brighter, and more fulfilling future for our children. Under the Edo Best 2.0 reform, we have started to disarticulate the junior secondary schools from senior secondary schools in line with our national policy on education. The Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, is being redesigned to align technical education with the needs of industry and private businesses. From the Edo State Polytechnic Usen to the Edo State University Zaire to Ambrosali University, we have sustained sweeping reforms to improve teaching, upgrade infrastructure, and support staff to attract private partnerships into these institutions and also to expand their programs. The Edo State Polytechnic Usen recently forged a partnership agreement with Shaanxi Polytechnic in China and Yongxin Steel Company to enhance the quality of the technical education we offer in that school. Last week, following the investment summit in Fujian Province, China, we have received a draft memorandum of understanding from another polytechnic in China for collaboration. The Edo State College of Agriculture has also kicked off at its main campus in Urehi. It provides critical manpower for the state's fast-growing commercial agricultural sector. The foundation stone laying ceremony for the Agenebode campus will occur shortly. 3 new parastatals have been established to reinforce the educational system and to ensure the delivery of quality education at all levels in Edo State. These are the Directorate of Quality Education and Accountability, which monitors both government and private schools, as well as supervises the management of private schools. The Directorate of Higher Education aims to reposition tertiary education for improved accessibility and quality outcomes, while the Agency for Mass Education is geared towards driving mass literacy across the 18 local government areas, overseeing privately owned learning centers. Mr. Speaker, in the area of healthcare, our reform of the healthcare sector in Edo State is taking firm footing as the backbone of the system, which is the Edo State Health Insurance Scheme, has now recorded over 200,000 subscribers. Upon the disarticulation of the Central Hospital Benin, we are improving facilities across a network of more than 50 primary healthcare centers in partnership with the private sector. This will be supported by secondary, tertiary, and specialist hospitals, which provide comprehensive healthcare across the 3 senatorial districts. We have now completed the outpatient department at the Stella Obasanjo Hospital, and the installation of world-class equipment has commenced. We expect that by May next year, the Stella Obasanjo Hospital will open to the public for service. The key priority for our administration is to build the human capital which is required to drive the healthcare system. That is why we have rebuilt and reaccredited the Edo State College of Health Technology to train personnel required to man and strengthen our primary healthcare system. This is in addition to what we have done with the Edo State College of Nursing Sciences. Indeed, our reforms in the healthcare system is yielding fruit with the incursion of more private players coming into the healthcare space in Edo. Over the last 7 years as governor, we've seen investments in healthcare in large private hospitals come into the state. In fact, one of such, which was commissioned last Saturday, is the world-class Mary Hanere Mother and Child Hospital, which is to serve as a center of medical excellence and medical tourism in the state, because it boasts of facilities you can't find in many advanced countries in the world. In the area of safety and security, Mr. Speaker, you will agree with me that we have made huge improvements in public safety and security, owing to the innovative and pragmatic approach to tackling crime and criminality in Edo State. We have trained not less than 5,000 personnel of the Edo State security network at the police training school in the last 1 year. And these personnel have been instrumental in our community-led intelligence gathering mechanisms. In collaboration with the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, we have set up an emergency sort code 112 and 739. These are codes as citizens can call at any time they are in distress or in danger, and response will come almost instantaneously. These codes serve as direct and efficient links for citizens to access emergency services promptly. Additionally, a groundbreaking partnership with the Ministry of Health has been solidified, ensuring the seamless integration of emergency medical services, EMS, with the state and fleet of ambulances. Concurrently, efforts are underway to fortify our surveillance infrastructure. The ongoing installation of street-wide cameras and lights represent a pivotal stride in bolstering our security apparatus and ensuring data collection capabilities for our security agencies. We shall shortly be bringing a bill to this House for a law to make it mandatory for businesses and designated premises to install surveillance cameras. Simultaneously, a dedicated committee has been established to create a safety commission tasked with overseeing safety compliance. These include regulations pertaining to building safety, event safety, and fuel station safety. In the area of infrastructure, we acknowledge the pains caused by the failing federal roads in Edo State and have duly commenced palliative repairs, which we know we will not get paid for, on the affected roads to ease the pain which of our citizens currently bear. Roads, particularly Benin Sapele Road, Benin Akbo Road, the Iruekwe and Sabugida Ora roads are now undergoing palliative repairs. As an alternative, we have also commenced repairs on the old Benin Agbo Road as we shall ease traffic on these so that we can ease traffic on these major roads. Over the past year, we have successfully completed the construction of 565 roads, covering a total distance of 737 kilometers, with a total expenditure of 58 billion naira. Under the various streams of the Edo State Employment and Expenditure for Results Program C4, we undertook the construction of 300 roads spanning 212 kilometers across the state. Mr. Speaker, for want of time, let me not bore you with the names and stretches of the extensive road networks which have been constructed both in Edo South, Edo Central, and Edo North. In the area of fiscal planning and fiscal and urban planning, the Edo State Regional Development and Benin City Master Plans stand as a meticulous 30-year blueprint derived from the comprehensive socio-economic development plans which we are currently working on. It is a remarkable feat that this House helped us in passing these two very pivotal laws. The Edo State Fiscal Planning and Edo State Development and Building Control laws, which you helped us enact last year, will fortify the framework for the development of physical space in Edo State. The Operation Plan Edo has been successfully concluded, alongside with the formulation of master plans for various ministries, departments, and agencies, with the housing policy approaching finalization. In the course of next year, we'll be having extensive town hall meetings across the state and with our citizens to familiarize them with all of these initiatives. In the area of investments to spur economic revolution, which we set out to accomplish, Mr. Speaker, investors in the Edo State Oil Palm Program, ESOP, have started cultivating their nurseries and putting in place their irrigation systems in their various plantations. And we are truly proud of the decision to expand our investment space to allow for more private sectors in areas such as agriculture. These have led to several investments or encouraged several investments that have agricultural bases as raw materials. Two of such happen to be ethanol plants that will be using cassava as their main inputs to produce alcohol for industry. We expect more plantations and processing plants will come up in the next few years as we set Edo up properly as an industrial haven and boost the revenues from these activities in the long run. We are also working with partners and investors in other areas, particularly hospitality, as we just last week signed an agreement with the Radisson Group for the development of a 169-key world-class Radisson Hotel in Benin City. In an effort to decongest Benin City, we've kickstarted the development of a Coral Estate development, which is an initiative for a smart city that offers high, medium, and low density commercial and residential plots in Benin. This will be the first in several of such projects that we expect will be developed across the state. This project complements the other real estate groups have also spurred on private investors to now take the lead to begin to build high-end, high-quality residential and commercial developments in our state. Mr. Speaker, as we prepare to leave office, there is an imperative to ensure sustainability in the interventions we have taken over the past years, especially as it relates to our development plan. So we will soon be approaching this House for legislation to enact laws to guarantee long-term planning efforts in Edo State. Mr. Speaker and distinguished members, we are on a home run and we are determined to finish strong. In fact, finish very strong next year. As a result, we are committed to completing all the projects we started and making sure that we make, and where we cannot complete, those we cannot complete, we want to make sure we ensure that there's remarkable progress in them. We are ready to make the necessary adjustments to attract the right kinds of investments and partnerships to build a reliable foundation for the future of Edo. Working together with this honorable House, we are sure that we will finish strong and ensuring our people live life to the fullest. In terms of mitigating the fallouts of subsidy removal, we introduced a number of social safety net measures, such as provision of free Wi-Fi connectivity in public spaces so that people can go and do their work when they cannot buy credits, and also to provide youths to participate in the gig economy. We also introduced free bus rides in the state through the Edo City Transport Services with an initial 2 months pilot phase, which we have now extended to the end of February next year. Over 1.5 million residents have so far benefited from this scheme. Mr. Speaker, as we set to announce a budget for 2024, let me just intimate you of some of the assumptions that we undertook in terms of our projections. As you may be aware, Mr. Speaker, the July 2023 IMF World Economic Outlook predicts that a global economic growth reduction from 3.5% in 2023 to 3% in 2024. In Nigeria, the ongoing measures by the Central Bank of Nigeria to curb the escalating inflation, which has persistently impacted economic activities, continue. Meanwhile, global headline inflation is projected to increase from 6 to decrease from 6.8% next year, in 2023, to 5.2% next year, with all the measures being taken by foreign governments. But however, the multiple shocks besetting the global economy could leave much longer lasting scars that will keep economic prospects below their pre-crisis levels in the long term. The slowdown in global economic activities is broad-based and sharper than expected, with inflation higher than has ever been seen in decades globally. Risks remain unusually high as monetary policy management may not be able to reduce inflation. The divergent policy paths in the largest economies of the world could exacerbate the US dollar's appreciation, while tightening global financing could trigger emerging markets' debt crisis. These are some of the challenges we see ahead in the international markets. While domestically, Nigeria's GDP growth remains weak and fragile, as it has slowed down from 2.3% in quarter one of this year to 2.3% from 3.45%. The reduction in growth is attributed to the adverse effects of a cash crunch experienced during the first quarter of this year, as well as the electioneering activities. Our foreign reserves continue to decline, reaching $33.9 billion at the end of July. After a relatively stable period with exchange rates ranging between 400 and 550 naira to the dollar since 2021, the naira was allowed a free float in June this year, causing an immediate devaluation of the official rates to around $750 till naira to $1. Crude oil production has also declined over the last 8 years and have continued to fall below capacity and below the federal government's benchmark of 1.69 million barrels per day. Mr. Speaker, it's against this not too buoyant economic outlook that we have predicated our budget for 2024. However, see tools available to us such that we can enable businesses, investors, and households to plan and implement production, investment, and consumption activities within our state. The Edo State's fiscal policy is envisaged to control and enforce compliance with established spending limits to achieve a sound budgeting system, which include aggregate fiscal and budgets home run, finishing strong. Despite the global economic headwinds and the attendant implications for our national economy, we intend to marshal our limited resources to complete all ongoing projects across the state in furtherance of our commitment for the well-being and prosperity of Edo State. Current expenditure ratio of 55% capital to 45% recurrent, respectively. We need to pursue policies like this so that we can stimulate our economy. With this, we could invest in the structure necessary to solidify economic expansion plans and place the state on a path of incremental growth, which will be driven by accelerated industrial and manufacturing outputs, as well as tourism and the creative sector. The total projected revenues for 2024 is expected to be in the neighborhood of 303 billion, consisting of 55 billion statutory allocation, 38 billion VAT, 40 billion capital receipts, 72 billion IGR, and 10 billion from grants, amongst others. The balance will be sourced from development financing and other financing institutions. Our focus in 2024 is informed by the need to build a resilient and formidable foundation for the reforms, initiatives, and programs that we have embarked on these last 7 years. The ultimate target is to promote economic expansion, technology, arts and culture, social inclusion, and economic empowerment for our citizens through sustained investments across various sectors of the economy necessary to drive growth and development. Public-private partnerships will continue to dominate our investment initiatives in the new year. Some of the key goals and priorities of the 2024 budget areas are economic growth and stability, which will include public safety and security, business environment reforms, that is infrastructure investment in technology, job creation, particularly as it relates to technology innovations. The other area of reform will be deepening the public and civil service transformation by introducing more technology, recruiting a lot more younger people into the service, and emphasizing training for those who are already in service. We will also emphasize human capital development, particularly reforms in the education sector and in the health sector. In the 2024 fiscal year, our focus are as follows. We will spend 25% of our total budget, which is about 85 billion naira, on those areas that will stimulate growth and enable employment. We will spend another 19%, which is about 62.8 billion naira, on infrastructure, particularly road infrastructure. We will spend about 10%, or 33.6 billion, on health. We'll spend another 10%, or 32.3 billion, on education. The building and physical environment space will take 7%, about 21 billion, while social welfare and benefits, because we have to care for our elderly, particularly pensioners, will take 16 billion, which is about 5% of our entire budget. We are dedicating 2% to improving the environment, reforestation, and other climate issue areas, other activities that will mitigate climate change. We're spending 2% on electricity, 2% on agriculture, and 2% on youth and gender. The others, 16% of our 54 billion, will be devoted to other activities of government. We have made, as I've said, an allocation of 85 billion to drive economic and employment enablers. These will enhance the ease of doing business and facilitate the injection of private capital into the economy to create more opportunities for our teeming youth population. Some of these projects and initiatives will include some of our legacy projects, such as the Benin Enterprise Park, the Benin River Port, the trailer and transit park project in Aviele and Aho, which will spur expansion and growth. In the area of road and transport infrastructure, we are going to be intentional about the development of roads and transport infrastructure, with the provision of 62.8 billion of our budget on this item. In the area of education, we will consolidate on our reforms to ensure the widespread adoption of EdoBest 2.0 across the education ecosystem. All basic and secondary schools in Edo will fully transition to a digital mode of learning, with investments being with the investments which we're making in broadband across the state, our hope is that many of our classrooms will now be connected digitally so that children can receive instructions beyond what their teachers in class are offering them. Work is ongoing on our technical schools. Our higher education reforms will continue, and we have a set target of pushing boundaries of research and innovation that will drive uh, that will drive new products coming out of what we currently produce in the state. Like I said, we have set aside 33 billion for healthcare, which is about 10% of our budget. We are not where we expect to be, which is about 15%, but we believe that this modest start will help us achieve the results and the goals we have set for ourselves for this year. We are one of the key health expenditures we're going to be emphasizing is making the statutory payments for the basic healthcare provision fund so that the poorest of the poor in our society will not be excluded from the benefits of our healthcare system. We're going to continue to expand technology space so that we can get a lot of our young people employed. And we believe that from what we are seeing now, the investments we have made in digital infrastructure is already beginning to lead to returns. Mr. Speaker, distinguished members of this great house, the last 7 years, you'll agree with me, have been quite transformational for us as a people. We have had our challenges, which are not unexpected, but with you, we've held on, we've been steadfast, we've been focused, and you have helped us ensure that we stay on the path to reform and development. I cannot thank you enough, Mr. Speaker. I cannot thank the people of Edo enough, who through these years have stood firmly with us as a government, believing in our vision of a better Edo and a more prosperous Edo. You have stood by us to be counted when it mattered most, and we have worked together to actualize our programs. When we look back to where we started from in 2016, you will agree that we have made progress beyond our wildest expectations. I want to sincerely appreciate everybody who has been part of this transformational or transformative process. Our market women, our traders, artisans, the youths who have been our bastion of support, civil society groups, traditional institutions, our religious leaders who pray for us day and night. The organized private sector, the media, yes, critical of us sometimes, but most of the criticisms have been constructive. Our government workers, civil servants, public servants, you are just too many groups to mention because you defied all the odds and have helped us work together to transform our dear motherland, Edo. I want to especially thank our royal father, the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Nedu Ukwa Kolokolo Obaiwa II, Oba Tokwe, and other royal fathers in the state for the support you have given us this last 7 years. I won't be here today as governor making this presentation, but for the support of my great party, the ruling party in this state, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In this party and members of this party across the state, I want to say thank you for the support you've given us these years. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the House, it is now my pleasure and honor and a privilege to now formally present the details of the Edo State 2024 Appropriation Bill in the sum of 321 billion, and the details in this budget proposal to you for your consideration.
Please no clapping in Hello Chambers, please. Order, please. Distinguished members, I thank you all for listening to His Excellency. Excellency, thank you for the presentation of this year 2000 Appropriation Bill and Budget Estimate. Budget of finishing well. By the grace of God, we will finish well. I want to assure you that the legislative arm of government will work with you to take our dear state big desire. This is a yearly and symbolic tradition, which is a fundamental constitutional requirement as derived from Section 81 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. His Excellency, Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki presented the 2023 budget of resilience and transformation with a total amount of 321.4 billion. This was in line with projections for the transformation and mega agenda of the present administration. This year 2024 budget is special to us in the legislative arm, as it is going to be inclusive of our constituency projects to allow us meet the yearnings and aspirations of our timid constituents, who are the reason we are here as legislators. The 8th Assembly was inaugurated on the 16th of June 2023. The House swung into action. 8 bills are before the House, of which 3 have been passed to ensure we meet the desired impact, while 24 resolutions have been adopted. Bills passed include the bill for the year 2023 revised Edo State budget and the bill banning open defecation in Edo State. These and others still in work, geared towards ensuring the good development of the good. This is the invitation and tackling of the officials of the federal. Okay, notable among these is the invitation and tackling of the officials of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency and the Federal Ministry of Works over the deplorable state of federal roads in the state. This has yielded desired results as the Federal Ministry of Works has mobilized to sites to commence work on these roads. Another notable move by this great house of dynamic legislators is the resolution on the increased rate of kidnapping, which was becoming a threat again to our society. This eighth assembly has cleared commissioners and have constituted standing committees, which has resumed fully to ensure the House oversights the executive, judiciary, and the MDAs. The economic situation in the country has not improved, with depreciating value of the naira, high cost of fund, interest and borrowings, as well in increased price of petroleum and other economic difficulties. The present administration, under the leadership of our governor and technocrats, Mr. Obaseki, has ensured the people are given the needed evidence of democracy with the free bus ride, which has been extended to February 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th Assembly has worked hand in glove with other arms of government to give the people their benefits, development, and growth of the states. We have 24 lawmakers who, irrespective of the political affiliation, have the zeal, the strength, the passion, and burning desire to ensure they do not fail the constituents who came out in their numbers during their elections to vote massively for them. As usual, we would not fail in our duties to ensure this 2024 budget estimate is looked at carefully and through effective oversight to ensure it delivers on its promise to stimulate economic, boost socio-economic life, and give the people meaningful development. In conclusion, I urge all MDAs and ministries to provide the House committees necessary documents that will aid the speedy and fruitful passage of the 2024 budget. Hopefully, the 2024 budget would aid the completion of the fruitful developmental and industrialization process of the present administration. Once again, I thank you all for coming and wish us a blessed and glorious 2024. Thank you very much. Majority Leader, please move on. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name remains Charity Igudala Agwobawigian. I represent the very sagacious people of Ovia Northeast 1. By God's grace, Majority Leader of Edo State House of Assembly. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Nogagase Obaseki, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, our leaders here present, I have determined to keep the best for last because I'm a very fervent fan of that American musician, Geneva Williams, who said at all time, it is best to keep the best for last. I'm keeping the chief of staff as the last to be mentioned in this category because he is not just in the executive, he is more a part of the legislature here. I call him the chief with legal imprimatur. That is to say, his chieftaincy is that they have stamp of legality. My brother, another doctor. Doctors are very many in this government. I mean academic doctors. You are welcome, sir. I thank you. It's actually a very happy day for me. Happy because it is a day to showcase excellence. A day where Edo State is privileged to show to the world that what has been cooking in the kitchen is out for public glare. Starting with the fact that the presentation of this budget is being done in the hallowed chambers that reflect the best working condition in global standard. Today, Edo State House of Assembly is made up of 3 political parties, and it is difficult to distinguish who is of this party or the other because of the good working situation that this house has enjoyed with the other arms of government, particularly the executive. There is improved infrastructural development in the Edo State House of Assembly today as it transcends other sectors of society. Today, an average Edo man is proud to say, I am from Edo State, where every kobo that is generated by government is used efficiently, effectively for the good of Edo people. Edo State today ranks tops in terms of economic projections and growth because in Edo, a civil servant can plan that on the 24th of every month, I'll be able to pay so amount of money and there will be no default. In Edo today, we are proud to say that ours is no longer a civil service state, but a growing industry where investments are running into. Whereas others are saying they are casting down, in Edo we are saying there is a lifting up. Edo State has become a state where our references to yesterday is that of gloom and our focus on tomorrow is that of glory. Edo State has become a state where education in time past is synonymous with magic centers. But today, our Edo Best program have pegged us in global map, whereas people now come to understand Edo as a place where education takes the highest premium. And the result is that Edo now state between the first and third educationally recognized state. So to that extent, I want to thank our people who has believed in this government. And we know that this budget of finishing strong is going to be, even without studying it yet, is going to be a watershed in development. So we want to, at this point, assure the executive governor of the state that the House will do a page-to-page assessment of all projections And Your Excellency, you can be sure that we are going to make our input very positive input, very dynamic input, very progressive input, to the extent that in this our first budget as a legislature, and incidentally the last with Your Excellency, will be a signpost in subnational development in Nigeria. I thank you for coming. I thank my leaders, my colleagues, and our speaker, who has led us these past 6 months in harmony with a view to ensuring that the whole of Edo State clamor in the very near future for continuity government. I thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, the majority leader. Thank all the members. Thank all our party leaders across the party line. All our wishers, we thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Clerk, please give this bill its first reading.
The 2024 appropriation bill and budget estimates by Edo State government first.
News and business, please slate for later dates. Next order, clerk. Sorry, before then, please, the deputy speaker, the majority leader, and the minority leader, please accompany His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State and his entourage to the office of Mr. Speaker. Clerk, next order. Clerk, next order, please. Again.
Order 12, adjournment.
Member representing Esako East.
Domo. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Ugabi Kingsley. I represent the blessed people of Esako East. Mr. Speaker, having performed wonderfully well today and having received the budgets for 2024 from the Governor of Edo State, this shows we've completed the order of the day today, and this shows that we are ready to work for the Edo people. I rise to move this adjournment motion that this House do now adjourn sitting to Wednesday, the 6th of November, 2023 at 10 a.m. prompt. I so move.
Ego.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I remain for Natasha Robosa Saro, representing the great people of Agol. Mr. Speaker, I rise in my seat to second the motion ably moved by my brother, Honorable Ugabi, that this
Member representing Isako East.
West East, that this Honorable House do now adjourn sitting till Wednesday, the 6th of December, 2023 at 10 a.m. prompt. I so second.
Distinguished members, let me thank you all for today. Thank you for the cooperation. Thank you that we are able to organize ourselves properly. I thank you all. On this note, I want to say that the adjournment motion ably moved by a member representing A Circle East and seconded by a member representing Egor, to the effect that this House do not adjourn sitting to Wednesday, 6th December 2023 at 10 a.m. prompt. If you are in agreement, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Consequently, this House do now adjourn sitting to Wednesday, 6th December 2023 at 10 a.m. prompt. The House shall rise.
Now we don't hear from the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.